Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I quickly invite to the podium Miriam Buka.
Permit me to stand on already existing protocol. Good morning, everyone. The poem I have for you today highlights the importance of getting engaged in the process of leadership if we must build the future of Nigeria. And it goes like this. To speak about building the future of my country is to conjure up the ghost of a warrior, an Iroko tree that stood tall in the forest, survived the axe, with broken branches that answers questions of vulnerability, with fallen dried leaves, creating a pathway leading to my heart, me, a citizen of a country whose hope lingers like the life of an antelope, who wakes up every morning with its heart beating out its chest because it knows there is a lion out there it must outrun, else it becomes prey. Praying every day that somehow we see the light and hope for the nation. To speak about building the future of Nigeria is to recall handshakes between the Princess Alexandra and Sir Tafawa Balewa in the 1960s that held promises of generations, aspirations of what it is for a dream to come true, and answered prayer. To speak about building the future of my country is to revisit the words of Sir Nnamdi Azikiwe in 1959, where he said, "For 25 years of my life, I have fought for the freedom of Nigeria. Nigeria will gain independence on October 1st, 1960, and it makes no difference who becomes Prime Minister, whether Tafawa Balewa, Obafemi Awolowo, or myself. So long as Nigeria is free, I will be satisfied." To speak about building the future of my country is to celebrate the largest river in West Africa that holds the name Nigeria at its core. To speak about building the future of my country is to acknowledge the resilience of the citizens, the youths. So when a youth says, "I love my country but because," words signifying doubt yet serving as a seal to conviction like, "But I forgive my kinsmen, and for my country I will represent," like, "You broke my heart, but I still love you, with all the pieces that looks exactly like that on the map of my country that connects us, yet most mistake it for scars, causing upheaval by digging up stories of injuries," like, "But I wish to be taken back to the times when the 521 ethnic groups, the over 600 distinct languages represented love and diversity, when animosity had no room, so we collectively put it out of the house." To speak about building the future of my country is to recall times of the pyramids that was made up of the promise that earth did keep to us and ours flourished with life that skyrocketed our economy. The groundnut pyramids. When the pyramids in Egypt stood no chance, had nothing to show but the weight of the dead on a living land. Our ancestors are gone, but we are not. Their time is over, but ours is now. We cannot go back to days of glory, but we can conjure up its ghost for inspiration. We can resent this government. We can resent this administration and the one to come. But if we do not engage in the process, hold ourselves accountable, Nigeria will never be green again. As I will always say, government cannot do it alone. It is an entity. Without all of us, it becomes an empty thing. And only through partnerships and collaborative relationships can there be an accelerated progress towards Nigeria's development. So when I speak about building the future of my country, I borrow the words of the Egyptians where they said, "Everything dies, but time fears the pyramids. You and I are the pyramids. So show up in your grace, in your might, in your excellence, in all that you are at the core of your existence. Show up because it is time to build the future of Nigeria." Thank you.